What's up everyone, welcome to the channel. Texas is coming off their best season in over a decade. They won the Big 12 and made the college football playoffs in 2023, in a season where they had the best interior D-line in the country, and from top to bottom, the most talented roster in Texas football history. And if you don't believe me, they set the program record in the 2024 NFL Draft, with 11 players drafted. The previous record was 7 players drafted back in 2007, so they shattered that record. The Longhorns did have a few weaknesses like the secondary, but other than that, they had elite talent at almost every position. When you fast forward to this upcoming season, Texas is ranked 4th in the preseason top 25. Everywhere you look, people have Texas picked as an SEC title contender and a national title contender.
But again, I think they're 10-2. I think they make the playoff.
They've got the second best odds to win the SEC. They've got the 4th best odds to win the whole thing this year.
I do think Texas can be good in 2024, but are they going to be a national title contender and an SEC title contender? I think people are overlooking the question marks that Texas has. When you look at what they lost in the draft and factor that into some key injuries that have happened recently, those expectations are pretty optimistic. Texas lost the 2 best interior D linemen in the country. They didn't do a great job on the D line in the portal, and so they're a bit thin there. And we all know that the SEC is a line of scrimmage league. People are going to come out and try to run the ball on you. Most teams in the SEC are big and physical up front, and the interior D-line is not the position that you want to be thin at. And when you have to play teams like Michigan and Georgia, as well as the other teams that are big and physical up front on the O-line like Arkansas and Kentucky, that could be a problem. Let's not forget that Texas had a lot of close calls last season. They almost lost to TCU. They beat them by 3. They beat K-State by 3. They almost lost to Houston. They had some close calls in the Big 12 with their most talented team in school history. When you look at their schedule for 2024, it may not be the most difficult SEC schedule, but it is going to be more difficult than what they faced in the Big 12. Week 2, they go on the road and play Michigan. They've still got to play Oklahoma. They've got to play Georgia, and they've got to go on the road and play Texas A&M. Those are 4 games that they could lose. I'm not saying I think they're going to lose all of them, but I'm willing to bet they lose at least 2 of them. And when you look at the rest of the schedule, they don't play any other good teams. But again, we saw them struggle with really bad teams in the Big 12, and I feel like Texas is a team that will lose 1 game to a bad team that they shouldn't. So let's just say they go 2-2 in those 4 games that I mentioned earlier against Georgia, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and Michigan. They will also drop 1 or 2 games that they're not supposed to a team that they should beat. Like in Arkansas, they go on the road to play Arkansas, or maybe a Kentucky or a Florida. Texas is then looking at a 9-3 or 8-4 record, which probably wouldn't even get them into the SEC title. And at that point, if they go 9-3 or 8-4, they probably miss out on the playoffs. Even if they go 9-3, that would be a disappointment compared to preseason expectations, where everyone has them picked to be a national title contender. And this is why I think Texas will be the most disappointing team in 2024, not because I think they're going to be a bad team, but people have such high expectations for Texas, and they ignore the question marks and what they lost, and that's what's going to create the disappointment, in my opinion. I personally have Texas going 9-3, which comes short of everyone else's expectations. Let me know what you think. Will Texas live up to the hype and expectations and be a national title contender? Or will they be the most disappointing team in college football? Let me know in the comments. And drop your record predictions for Texas in the comments. That's it for today. I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you enjoyed the video, you can leave a super thanks to support the channel. I would appreciate it a lot. Be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm out.